Hello, Rob.
Hello, Vincent.
Um,
Nice to speak with you.
it is. So you are Rob Weber. Thank you very much for taking some time to answer my question. You're co-founder and CEO of NativeX. Can you present your company and what you're doing, please?
Yeah, happy to. So NativeX is a leading provider of native ad technology for mobile games. For the advertiser community, we primarily focus on providing performance-based acquisition campaigns for mobile apps and games. For game publishers, we provide configurable video, interstitial, offer wall, and other innovative ad units, really to integrate into their sort of core experience. And the end result is we think, very leading, effective kind of CPMs for the game publishers that have high volume quality inventory that advertisers want to access.
Great. So I believe you've been created as 3WI, and you changed name. So can you elaborate a little bit why and how it goes?
Yeah, back in 2013, when we were formerly W3I, that name kind of came about while we were, emerging sort of out of the, in the desktop space. And we wanted to more clearly communicate our vision to be a leading provider for native ad technology in mobile games. And we're very happy with the response to our rebranding efforts since 2013. And I think, from the industry, uh, I think that we're starting to be recognized for our leadership in redefining native advertising in mobile, especially in the context of games.
And so today, what is the share of the activity or revenue you're doing on mobile against desktop?
It's the majority. Yeah, we've been actually in the process of winding down our desktop business, so we've really pivoted to really a mobile company. We still have some minority amount of desktop revenue, but it's not significant anymore.
Okay. And so same question about the share, but on your mobile network of publishers, what is the share of gaming versus non-gaming?
It's definitely the majority of our inventory comes from games. Definitely more than half. We do allow sort of entertainment and other app publishers to use our technology, but we're really designing it for game companies.
All right. Um, I saw that you added recently a very nice video ad unit where the user actually can choose which ads he wants to see. How was the response of the market about that and the performance?
I think we've generated a lot of buzz. I think game publishers are really interested in figuring out ways to really to meet the needs of their users. They like to provide opt-in choice for their users, and also have a keep advertising more consistent with the experience they're designing in games. And so we've gotten a lot of feedback. We're just releasing this in beta, so we don't have performance figures to share quite yet, but we definitely will in the future. And we're definitely planning to roll out lots of new innovative ad formats, you know, now and into the future using our technology. We've got to avoid the common kind of banner blindness that is typically found in sort of the standard IAB ad formats.
Yeah. So talking about innovative ad units, so basically native, what's your view of the market and the adoption on the publisher side? Because obviously there is a demand, but is there enough supply, and how are the supplies onboarding on that?
Yeah, I think it's interesting is what I see going on in the market is a lot of publishers will run standard ad formats, but then they see a lot more value in adding these native ad units sort of on top of the sort of standard ad units. It's not a kind of a zero sum game where they only run one or the other. I think it's still pretty new concept in games, but I think that the game publishers are very interested in native ads because they want to respect their players and match the look and feel of their games. And typically these native ads are outperforming the standard ads by quite a bit. And and I think it also respects the publisher's sort of targeted player experience. So so we're very interested in that. I know a lot of the market, when they think of native advertising, they think a lot of the sort of sponsored content, uh, but we think it's much bigger trend than that. You know, we think it's pretty interesting what's going on with sort of sponsored content, but you know, in the context of gaming, you know, there's not a lot of text in gaming. It tends to be more, you know, 3D animated kind of content, and so you know, we're really trying to keep that in mind when we're launching these new formats. And in particular, where we're seeing the fastest growth, most of these mobile games, of course, are using the free to play kind of model, so they have virtual currencies. We're seeing, you know, generally our most successful formats have been in the kind of reward for attention. In particular, we've been doing reward for attention video ads. The Internet Advertising Bureau, the IAB, came out with a study of video just across all mobile by accessing data from a number of mobile ad networks. This is in the past year, and they saw click-through rates and conversion rates are significantly higher when users are rewarded for watching a video than when they just get a standard kind of, you know, video ad. So I think the consumers have a much more positive emotional response to a marketer's ad when they receive some kind of benefit for consuming the ad instead of just interrupting them. But it goes beyond just providing currency. You know, we're actually taking sort of design elements, you know, commonly found in games and interaction patterns, and trying to introduce the video advertising in a way that is really seamless into the experience.
Okay, good. Well, sounds really like a plan, I would say. But it's really interesting, yeah, your feedback on that. Um, so this interview is going to be viewed by French audience. So how are you working on this market? Do you have some clients there, publisher or advertisers? How do you see Europe and specifically France?
Yeah, you know, for us, we've invested most of our resources into our technology. We have you know, we have a sales team, but it's not it's smaller than our engineering team, which is probably a bit uncommon in this space. A lot of the advertising companies have larger sales teams than technology teams. So, you know, we are planning to grow in Europe, but we don't have a direct sales force kind of in Europe yet. We do see very strong performance in France and in other European markets, both on the you know, for our publishers and the marketers. We're always interested in forming new partnerships with developers all over the world. We do have members of our team who are, you know, pretty much on any given day, we have members of our team that are traveling around Europe, meeting with our partners and in France. And we'd love to, you know, learn more about the French app developer community and love to share with them more information about NativeX whenever possible.
Cool. I'll try to to spread the word.
Thanks a lot, Vincent.
A couple of last questions. What about programmatic? It's definitely a hot space. Are you doing right now some programmatic on your platform, or do you plan to do so?
Yeah, I think, you know, currently we've been investing in primarily contextual and behavioral targeting models. It's been under the leadership of our chief scientist, Dr. James Shanahan, he and his team of data scientists. Primarily, we're on the performance side. So what we've been applying data science, you know, to has been really in predicting conversion rates for the advertisers and game publishers. And we've gotten really good at this. We can take performance campaigns and essentially make guaranteed buys now because we can predict the CPM of an ad impression before we even run it based on all the data we collect. So sort of the next step for that in us is taking that core technology and bringing it to other media channels and making buys on behalf of our clients potentially, or potentially allowing others to access our inventory. So you know, we're definitely you know, we're very computerized in terms of our platform. It's programmatic in that sense, and you know, I think in the future we'll definitely continue to invest in expanding features the rest of the year and beyond.
Okay, cool. Sounds really interesting how traditional and network or guys like you really focus on native will embrace programmatic. So we'll definitely look at your next release product news, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So thank you very much, Rob, and we hope NativeX will have a great growth this year and the years to come. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vincent.